Hello, I'm Rachel Bell. I'm a Senior Associate in the Commercial team at Charles Russell Speechlys, and today I'll be discussing key consumer law principles to consider when utilising artificial intelligence in consumer-facing technology. Now, AI offers exciting opportunities to enhance certain consumer experiences whilst generating efficiencies for businesses who adopt it in the right way. However, it also presents challenges, particularly in how AI's workings are communicated to consumers throughout the consumer journey. At its core, consumer law is based on the fundamental principles of ensuring transparency, fairness, and avoiding misleading acts and omissions. Businesses must provide transparent, fair, and easily understandable information. This includes explaining what the AI itself does, any personal data usage, and whether profiling will be undertaken. This information is generally provided in terms and conditions of service. It is important to keep in mind that some consumers will have limited understanding of AI itself, so any explanation of AI must be explained with this in mind. The provision of transparent information is key, but there are several other issues to consider when utilising AI to ensure processes are fair and not misleading. So firstly, AI systems must avoid discrimination. AI systems have the potential to discriminate against consumers based on protected characteristics such as race, gender, or age, which would constitute a prohibited practice under consumer laws. So businesses need to ensure that they can adequately explain how AI-based decisions are made and provide avenues for consumers to seek clarification or challenge. In particular, AI's ability to tailor pricing based on the tracking and predicting of consumer buying habits has the potential to increase the risk of price discrimination. It's vital, therefore, that pricing algorithms don't perpetuate inequalities based on protected characteristics such as race, gender, or age. The use of AI in advertising also presents a risk of discrimination, and businesses should use objective criteria to identify and target consumers to avoid any such risks. The criteria should also be explainable to consumers and regulators. There are also questions over whether existing consumer laws address questions of product liability adequately. The Law Commission has launched a review of the UK's product liability framework, assessing whether the current framework for civil liability of defective products in the UK is fit for purpose, with the use of AI being a key consideration. This follows the European Union's update to its policies in 2024. There are also questions over whether existing product safety rules are adequate to address the unique risks posed by the evolving nature of AI-driven consumer-facing technology. Privacy and data protection principles should also be managed throughout the consumer journey. In summary, the main things to avoid when utilising AI in consumer-facing technology are bias and lack of transparency. These are not new principles within the consumer context, but the use of AI requires an enhanced compliance review. If businesses get it wrong, the new enforcement and fining powers introduced in the Digital Markets Competition and Consumers Act increase the enforcement risk from both a financial and reputational perspective. Now stay tuned for some key tips on the use of AI in line with consumer laws. For more information, please read the accompanying article, and thank you very much for watching.